Dat weer
Your next contest is a featherweight contest of 6 3-minute rounds. Introducing to you firstly in the red corner, wearing these silver and red trunks, he comes from Doncaster and weighs in at 9 stone 1 pound. He brings to the ring a record of 11 wins. 3 of those wins come by way of knockout against 6 defeats. He is a former British super flyweight champion. Please welcome Andy Bell. And his opponent across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with white trim. He fights out of Liverpool and weighs in at 9 stone 3 pounds. He enters the ring with a record of 11 wins, 2 of those wins coming by way of knockout against a single defeat. Please welcome John Donnelly. The timekeeper is Gary Grennan, your referee at the belt is Howard Foster. Boxers, please.
Lads, you both know the rules. Keep it clean, break straight away when told. Both watch your heads. Good luck to you both. Touch gloves. Good luck, lads.
Seconds up, round 1.
Two decent young fighters clash on this Yorkshire undercard. The busy, tough little aggressor John Donnelly in with the former British super flyweight champion Andy Bell, who needs to rediscover his form quickly. Bad spell for Bell, but this could be a good blend stylistic wise, Johnny.
Bell tall, rangy, looks like the slower starter of the two. Donnelly faked to move, Bell's chin went up in the air, the left hand dropped. Dangerous sign, dangerous indication.
Good shot from Donnelly, and Andy Bell was blown away in a round by Gary Davis, and Donnelly has moved to Gary Davis's training team, so he would have told him all about Andy Bell.
I think it's just a habit of Bell's chin to just slowly fly up in the air as he lets the shots go. Even if he gets hit, it's like he's trying to look where the shots are coming from. Donnelly's the one that's tucking up tight, trying to edge forward, create the spaces, create the angles, and then work off a nice, stiff, strong jab, even though he's short of the two.
He was creating a good career for himself as well, Andy Bell. But since he lost his British title in a scrappy affair to Lee Haskins, it's all gone downhill.
But it's also about confidence, Adam. You know, once you lose 1 or 2 fights that you really expected to win and expected to come through, then your self-belief sort of slowly but surely disappears.
He's only 24, Donnelly 25. He's lost 1 of his 12.
Nice 2 shots there from Bell. Left uppercut, right hand over the top. Donnelly walked straight through it.
Yeah, Bell had a good jab, some slick moves. As you said, how is that confidence and how is his determination and training being? It's blown a bit hot and cold. Mind you, Donnelly's come in heavy tonight at 9-3.
Maybe you're feeling a little bit stronger at that weight as well. Trying to slip the shot there. Quick switch of the feet.
Aiming for the body, Donnelly. And again, has it just settled better for you?
Donnelly has, without a doubt, from the off, he has. I still think Bell still hasn't settled yet, warmed up yet, putting a lot of life into his work.
Centre ring now, Andy, centre ring.
Look at Donnelly initiating all the work, initiating all the moves, trying to draw the lead from Bell. Making a moving target. He's got Bell thinking about what Donnelly's going to do to him instead of what he's going to do to Donnelly.
Actually a rusty look to Andy Bell, which is surprising.
Plenty. Off your jab, John. Right. Going behind your jab.
Donnelly looks like the man that's enjoying himself. And that's the first indication that Bell's chin's just too high up in the air. Rolls on the shot, clips him with a left hook. Didn't put much power in it. If he did, it would have been a different result. But still trying to find him his way loose to try and let the shots in. Bell needs to tuck that guard up a little bit higher. Use his range, use his range.
Don't lean in, mate. Don't lean in on him. Sit on your back foot.
This is easy, mate.
See, when you lean in, it's only
It's only you that can beat yourself.
Deep breaths.
Just keep the
The
jab in
only
his
time he's
face.
caught you is when you've leant in. Look at what he's doing. Sit on your back foot and whack.
Familiar team. Matt Scriven, sometimes fighter, sometimes trainer, sometimes bodyguard, does all sorts. Here's the second of 6. We're in the 9-stone featherweight division, although Liverpool hope John Donnelly wanted to campaign at a lower weight. He's won 11 of 12 and been victorious in his last 5, so he's the man on the way up. Andy Bell, the man trying to rediscover a little touch of the old and find a 12th victory in 17. Didn't look great in the first round.
You heard in the Bell corner, the only person that can beat you is you in there. Bell came out, threw a nice crisp right hand, snapping right hand on Donnelly. Showed a little bit of class, a little bit of panache in his work.
Good uppercut from Donnelly. He's not the biggest puncher. Just 2 stoppages inside schedule.
Donnelly needs to just be popping the jab out at this point here. When Donnelly's trying to draw the lead, that nice steady flicking jab.
Looks a bit tense in his shoulders tonight, Andy Bell.
He does. I think initially it's as though he was thinking, can I actually beat this guy? He didn't look very confident in his swagger, in his posture, anything he did. Went back to the corner, still didn't. A bit of a pep talk came out, worked well, but now Donnelly started to bully him again and he initiate how this fight's going to go.
Ripping in the body shots, which have undone Andy Bell before. Jamie McDonnell did it in 3 rounds. McDonnell, who's gone on to great things, winning that European title out in France. Doncaster rival of Andy Bell. It's a right hand in there. Just looks like there's something missing in the makeup of Bell at the moment.
Right, doesn't take advantage of what he's got, the high and the reach. At this point here, when they stood there looking, he should be popping that jab out on the back foot, moving left to right. Don't move back in a straight line. Donnelly's just going to rush in, kid a shot, and then rush in with his own jab.
Yeah, bobbing, weaving, getting close, and then putting the body shots in. Plenty of target too. Bell's 5'8". Tall for a little man.
Bell's giving Donnelly exactly what he wants, giving him something to hit, nothing to walk through.
Circumspect behind the guard, Andy Bell, and Donnelly just teeing off and beginning to establish a rhythm.
Bell needs to show some belief and confidence in his work, and right now I can't see it, and I'm sure Donnelly can't feel it, and that's why he's happy to try and rush through and bully Bell back.
That's exactly what he's doing. Another round for John Donnelly.
John, off your jab. Yeah, Pete.
Dave Tonks in there with Frank Hopkins, the cuts man.
Look how Donnelly's just walking, head on his chest, drops the right hand over the top, leaving himself to drop the left uppercut in case he missed. And Bell's just waiting for Donnelly to put the pressure on him. Body shots landed, 12 to Donnelly, none to Bell, which shows his work rate, which shows how he's working through the rounds.
Nothing from Andy Bell in that department. Doesn't look happy at all. It's as if Andy Bell's saying he's not sure he even wants to carry on.
10 seconds corners.
Get your gum chewed. Earn your money properly.
Seconds out.
Earn your money properly, says Matt Scriven. I don't think Andy Bell wanted any more.
I'm sure I heard Andy Bell saying, do you want me to pull me out? Doesn't fancy it, his face gives him away.
I don't think he wants to be there, Andy Bell. They carry on for the third round. Harsh words from Matt Scriven, who threw his charge back out. He was furious at the way Andy Bell came apart against Gary Davis, and he wants him to go out and prove
And there's
himself.
something going on here with Bell from the off. Looked like he didn't fancy it. For a fight to be saying that in the corner to his cornerman, and his cornerman's got to get out of the earn your money properly. There's something not right.
Or should he have pulled him out?
If he, yes, because the fighter didn't want to fight. Maybe he knows how to motivate Bell himself by saying, look, you're doing, talking him into it, and he has a problem with that self-belief and having to grow into it. But so far, no good.
The tank looks totally empty of Andy Bell. Confidence shot to pieces. The 24-year-old. Can he somehow claw his way back and get into a rhythm against John Donnelly, who doesn't want to let him into the fight at all?
Look what Bell does. As Donnelly's going to throw a shot, he'll blink, he'll close his eyes. The worst thing to do when your opponent's going to throw a shot.
Left hook from Donnelly and a body shot. Hard-looking artillery going in from John Donnelly, and these are all going to chip away at Andy Bell and that fragile mental state.
Not even looking to hurt Donnelly with his own jabs, waiting for him to come through, trying a bit of cudology so he didn't put the pressure on him too much. At times when he's in range to throw the shot, just won't let it go.
Blood from the lip of Bell. He's just walking into some of these body shots. A totally different fighter to a guy a couple of years ago who beat Chris Edwards. He was nip and tuck in a messy affair with Lee Haskins, but at that sort of level.
Fighters notoriously are sometimes overconfident when they start to believe in themselves. They think they're unbeatable. But when that confidence is shattered, it's very hard to get it back. And Bell is a sort of fighter. Looks like that confidence is gone.
Rattling in the body shots from Donnelly. There's a better uppercut from Andy Bell. Caught him on the way in, but back under pressure. If Donnelly was a puncher, the fight would be over.
Oh, without a doubt. And I'll reiterate what the corner said, what Bell's corner said. The only person that's going to beat you is you. Bell is the one that's not working. Bell is the one that's just working off the back foot and just accepting the shots instead of trying to give something back. And he'll probably be the one that wants to stay on his stool in the corner. It's a shame because Bell actually has got some decent shots. Even when he saw him in his own corner, getting put under pressure, came back with a nice uppercut.
Had to sit it out for 6 months when he was banned for traces of cannabis being found as well, Andy Bell. Torrid 2 years. Is this enough now?
Easy. Last half of the fight. Don't embarrass yourself. Serve you at the distance. It's easy. You don't want you to listen. Shut up. I don't want you to fucking do anything.
Excuse the
I
language.
don't want you to do anything. I don't want you to win. I just want you to get through the fucking fight.
Excuse
I don't even care if you win.
Matt Scriven's
Just get through the fucking fight.
blue words, but Andy Bell doesn't want to carry on, and Matt Scriven wants him to.
Fucking one time at the ring. Nice. That's the best. You can see everything he's doing. It's predictable.
Please just give me out.
Just earn your money properly, mate.
I've rarely seen this, Johnny, between fighter and trainer.
Listen, the trainer is trying to give him some confidence.
Just stand there. You don't need to. You don't need to. It's fucking good.
Who's in charge here?
Seriously.
You're having an easy fight.
10 seconds corners.
We're pulling him out. I keep getting cramps.
Howard Foss is going to stop him. He made the decision. Not Andy Bell, not Matt Scriven. A very, very strange ending there.
Andy Bell didn't want to come out 2 rounds ago. Scriven knew that it's like falling off a horse. You've got to get straight back on it for your confidence to come back. Bell's confidence is absolutely shot.
John Donnelly gets the win. Well done to the Liverpool man. 12 out of 13, but the story all about Andy Bell. 4 losses in a row now. He wants to be out of the ring fast. didn't really want to know, did he?
Didn't want to know. There's something going on that we haven't seen. That's how.
John, after everything that went on before the fight, you must be over the moon with that performance.
Oh yeah, I'm made up. All the hard work paid off in the gym. Got a new stable now, Kempston Street Gym in Liverpool. John Severs and my coach Davey Tonks. And nice bit of corner work from Peter as well, thanks to him. But it's all down to Davey Tonks, the hard work we've been putting in. But we've been constantly strength with. It was naturally a super fly. But we took this fight on a much heavier weight because we knew we could do it. It's a good stint on my record. As I say, it's down to Davey Tonks.
How did you feel at that slightly heavier weight? Did you feel comfortable with it?
I felt strong. I felt I hurt him from the end of the first round. Once he hit him with the body shots, that's when I thought it was hurting him. But I didn't think he was going to be tired. I thought it was going to be a tough 6 rounds. But I'm glad to get it out over early. You don't get paid for overtime, do you? So.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. What do you think you learned from that fight? Because obviously, we just spoke yesterday. Don't you think you're maturing as a pro?
I think I'm mature. I think I'm carrying a bit more power now. I might put it down to the weight for this fight, but I think the body shots, what Davey's been getting on the body shots, there has to be 2 opponents taking out the body shots, so I'll put it down to body shots.
Yeah, you look like you were really whipping them in. Did you work on them in training, or was that something that just came on the night?
Dave's had the body bag on, so he's got like 3 padded body bag, and literally been sparring them basically. He's been throwing shots at me, been moving, and putting body shots in, so yeah, I'm over the moon.
You'd want to be out now as soon as possible, and you want to look for them titles.
I want to be out in June, early July, and then I want to be pushing for the title September, November, whatever.